Well, the day of prayer in the Muslim world is once again dominated by anti-American rage over the film which mocks Islam. The flashpoint this time is Pakistan, where police have clashed with protesters trying to reach the American embassy in Islamabad. At least one person was reportedly killed and 15 wounded when police opened fire on rioters who set 2 cinemas ablaze. The violence comes despite the government declaring Friday a public holiday and encouraging people to protest peacefully. Right here, live pictures coming right out. Rallies are also taking place in other Muslim countries. As you can see, these live pictures are from Lebanon. We'll have the latest from our correspondent in the region in a few minutes right here on RT. All right now let's get some thoughts and analysis from Sabah Al-Mukhtar, who is the president of the Arab Lawyers Association, and he joins us live from London. Thank you so much for finding the time today for RT. Now, Washington has denounced the controversial film and distanced itself from it, but we are 10 days into the protests, which actually show no sign of calming. What is still driving them?
I think there are at least 2 reasons. One of them is the U.S. is continuing to insult the beliefs and the feelings of the Muslim countries. The freedom of press and expression, which the U.S. is relying on, does not actually apply equally every time. For instance, Google, which owns YouTube, still refuses to remove that pictures from the website, despite the demand by most of the Muslim countries, the Arab countries, and in fact even the Russian Minister of Communications, Nikolai Niktorov, has called on that. But the US seems to be oblivious to that, and this is a situation which is continuing, despite the fact that, for instance, in the US, you cannot, and in many other European countries, you cannot even question historical events like the Holocaust. It's called anti-Semitic. We have a second reason for why it is going on, is the continuing political problem that the US has with the Arab and Muslim countries. Its foreign policy is so alien, and it's viewed by the overwhelming majority as actually, number 1, it's against them, and number 2, is a supportive of Israel. There is a complete contradiction in policy between the foreign policy of the USA with the Muslim and Arab countries on all the issues, whether it relates to democracy, freedom, politics, Israel, Palestine, or any of these issues. And in addition to that, the US continues to go around playing the role of destruction of countries. We've seen what they have done in Libya, and we all remember, for instance, what happened there. The situation in Syria is now not any different or any better. The US continues. We have Afghanistan, we have Iraq, we can list a whole host of things. So there is politics, number 1, and number 2, there is the insult of their beliefs and their ideas.
And I do want to add that Washington has now spent $70,000 to promote a short clip in Pakistan where Obama and Hillary Clinton speak out in America's defense. Will this convince anyone, do you think, at this stage?
I don't think this will convince them. I think because we all remember when Hillary Clinton saw the killing of Gaddafi in Libya, she said, "We came, we saw, he died." She didn't think that death was any more difficult than the killing, regrettable as it is, of the American ambassador in Libya. These double standards are no longer possible to continue. The idea that you can somehow pay some newspapers to put some adverts when not many of the people will read it, and even those who read it will not believe it.
I do want to ask you, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but America's unmanned drones have been carrying out deadly strikes across the Muslim world for years, yet that has been tolerated. Why is that?
It's not being tolerated. This is the reaction we're seeing now, is part of that. The drones are now being used today, in Libya, in Yemen, and in Sudan. And these drones, the people cannot go out on demonstrations against the drones. They are up in the sky. So they would attack, they would take action against the things that they are in front of them, whether it's the McDonald's shops or whether it's the US embassy. This is the reaction of the people. And this policy, not only the drones, people don't forget Afghanistan and Iraq and Palestine and all these situations. So these reactions are, as I said, it's partly a result of the foreign policy of the USA.
All right, live from London, Sabah Al-Mukhtar, President of the Arab Lawyers Association, thank you.